Hi, guys. Welcome to another episode of Open View. I am your host, Deja Viau. Can you believe we're already on episode 10? I'm so happy to have you guys here today. We're about to have a kick ass episode, and we're just going to hop right into it. Today, we're talking about something I wish we all learned a little bit sooner in life. Why it's not about how much you make, but how much you make it work for you. So, recently I started reading the book Rich Dad Poor Dad, and if you have not read this book, I highly recommend it. It's like a 10 out of 10. Like in the first 5 pages, it's already changed my life. I've never really been taught money, and thankfully I have my dad, and a little bit later I'll explain why I'm so grateful to have my dad, but right now I'm just reading this book and it's just like a revelation to me. And so I felt like I needed to come on here and talk to you guys just because a lot has changed in my life since I last saw you. I bought a new car, you know, I started reading this new book. I also started reading this other book. My aunt just sent me this after my birthday. We've been sharing books back and forth. So I'll read a book and return it, and then she'll give me another book. It's like a little library we have going. It's super cute. It's called My Life in France. Super cute. But this is a Julia Child version. Highly recommend. 10 out of 10. So let's get right into it. In this first segment, we're going to talk about the myth of more money. Let's start with a truth that might sting. Working harder doesn't always mean getting ahead. We've been sold the idea that success equals a higher paycheck. And I feel like with that, there's a little bit of a catch. Higher wages means higher taxes, that I just learned in this book, Rich Dad Poor Dad. And the moment you climb one financial rung higher, the system takes a bigger cut. Robert Kiyosaki, and it's best in Rich Dad Poor Dad, he said it best. The rich don't work for money, money works for them. That's what changed everything for me. We chase income, bigger paychecks, bigger titles, but it's assets that build freedom. Assets like investments, real estate, and business. They don't clock in, they don't get tired, they don't work for you, even they work for you even when you're asleep. When your head hits the pillow, these companies and these businesses are working for you. So it got my mind thinking, my mind spinning. Most people spend decades running on a treadmill, chasing promotions, paying taxes, and saving what's left, only to hit retirement with nothing that grows without them. That's what Kiyosaki calls the rat race. You're moving fast, but you're not moving forward. And here's the scary part. And I was like, oh my God, you gotta be kidding me. It's like fall here where I live. It's finally getting cooler. And so my allergies are kicking up so bad. But anyways, this is what was the scary part for me. When you stop working, your income stops too. That's why so many people run out of money in their so called golden years. They never learn to build assets that outlive their paychecks. And this is kind of been a revolution for me because my coworker at my job is in almost approaching her golden ages, and we're at this different times in our life, but at the same time I'm already thinking to when I'm her age. I'm trying to think that far ahead in my mindset because I need to have long-term wealth, not just for me but for my family as well. I think I've talked about this before, but I feel like it's really important to have that. So I'm trying to think about my retirement, and thank God that I have my dad to help me plan for my financial future because he is teaching me about the goal isn't having more money, it's having more choices and more time and more peace. And so had a huge part in my financial journey, and he taught me to see money as a tool, not a trap. And when we started investing together, especially in tech and stocks like Ethereum, I was terrified of making mistakes. Like, I am so scared of anything financial, anything stocks related, anything number related like that. It scares the shit out of me. But at the same time, I have to think in my head, like, oh my gosh, like, I can't be scared of it. If I'm scared of it, it's not going to be attracted to me. So my dad has really worked with me to find it, to help me like see it as a tool, a bad thing. And so, but he said, you're not losing money, you're learning how it works. So, in this whole process of me like investing and like learning how to do this whole investing and trading stocks and stuff, I'm learning how to use money, learning how to use money, not lose money. So, it's been a learning curve for me for sure. But I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Ethereum, but it's like the basis of all like Bitcoin. So like Bitcoin needs Ethereum to have to like be Bitcoin. And it's actually doing pretty well for me. My investments have already almost doubled. And the other day I like chat GBT'd my like retirement amount that I already have saved in my 401k. And it said that I was like above average for like most kids like my age for being 27. Like the average is like 12, 13, and I have like 27 saved. So that made me feel good. It made me feel like I'm actually like not doing something wrong and I'm actually doing something right. And my dad is actually really knowledgeable, and he like actually like pulses the market and like sees how it's doing and does all the research that's needed. And he's like amazing. Like I always go to him if I ever have any financial issues or anything. Like when I bought my car, he was literally on the phone with me almost the whole time. And I told the guy, I was like, yeah, I'm buying this car by myself. And he like kind of looked at me. I'm like, well, yeah, like my dad's helping me, but at the same time, like nobody else is in the room with me. So yeah, like just I feel like everyone's just running on this like treadmill and we're like all trying to keep up with the Joneses. And I saw this like TikTok the other day of this girl. She had her $40,000 car, or she had her $40,000 debt driving away from her because she like repoed it, got repoed or whatever, and she like claimed debt on it, like claimed, I don't know. What do they call it when you claim not fraud, but like you claim bankruptcy? So she claimed bankruptcy on this car and it got towed basically back to the bank or whoever owns it. And she's like, "Oh, grateful. I'm so grateful I don't have to like have this $40,000 debt." And I'm like, I feel like we're all like trying to keep up with each other and we have to like have like the newest car and the newest phone and the newest watch and the newest this, and I'm kind of sick of it. Like I'm sick of getting a new phone every year. I don't want to get the thinnest Apple iPhone and have the brand new iPhone anymore. In high school, yeah, maybe I did, but anymore, it's too expensive. Like, my phone is great. I've had it almost 2 years now, and I think it's gonna keep being my phone for a little bit until, I have like that kind of money to spend on a new phone. I just think it's ridiculous that we all feel like we have to have something new all the time. And we got to just appreciate and be grateful for the things that we do have. Okay, in this next segment, we're going to talk about gratitude and growth. I'm so grateful for the lessons, the wins, and the losses. Without them, I wouldn't have the perspective that I do now, especially being 27. Life keeps teaching me that the goal isn't to have more money, it's to have more choices, more time, more peace. Because when your time and you own your life. Like when you own your time, you own your life. So like I'm trying to be more of a remote employee and work remote so I can travel more with Stella and like be have more of a life. So we'll see if that happens for me, but as you head into your week or weekend, I want you to think about this. What are you building that can grow without you? Is there anything like any business idea that you have, any like podcast idea that you have? Like, I know that the people that are listening to my podcast have something more to offer to this world than what they think they do. So I just want you to like broaden your perspective and think that what you have to offer in this world is valuable. And It could be a side business, a savings account, a creative idea, whatever it is, start today. Because the goal is not to make a living, it's to design a life. And this is Deja Viau, and you've been listening to Open View. If you've loved this episode, share it with someone who needs a reminder that freedom comes from focus and not fear. In this next segment, we're going to be talking about one of my favorite influencers right now. So that was just a little bit of a side note for everyone who maybe this doesn't sit with them. If you don't want to listen about Shara 7, then you can, stop listening here. I really appreciated having you guys on. Make sure you subscribe and and yeah, hang around for next time. And follow me on Instagram for sure. It's Deja_Viau. V as in Victor, IAU. And that's how Open Viau is spelled too. And then you can follow me on TikTok. My TikTok is Deja Viau 444. So, in this next segment, Shara 7 and the energy of effortless wealth. Now let's talk about one of my favorite online powerhouses, Shara 7. Love her or not, you can't deny that her message resonates with women who are ready to elevate their standards. Shara has this iconic quote, "Manifest being the woman who shops without looking at price tags." Now, some people hear that and think it's just about luxury, but it's not. It's about liberation, and it's about becoming the kind of woman whose peace, preparation, and positioning allow her to move through life with ease. This doesn't mean recklessly spending, it means mastering money so money stops mastering you. It's about shifting from survival to stability and from stability to abundance. And I am grateful for everything that I have in my life, but each day I say that I'm grateful, but that I desire more because I know that I am desired in abundance life. And if I keep that mindset, I know it'll keep coming to me. When Shara says, be the woman who buys nice things, she's not talking about the Gucci bag. She's talking about the energy behind it. Because when you value yourself enough to invest in quality, whether it's skincare, silence, or self education, you attract quality experiences. It's the same energy that tells you the universe, I'm ready for more and I know I can handle it. So, just like I was saying, I am so grateful for what I have now, but I desire more. I'm ready for more. Give me the tea. You see, when you constantly are worried about what you can't afford, your energy seems lack. But when you start moving with intention, like budgeting, investing, building assets, your energy shifts to overflow. That's when you can stop asking, can I afford this? And start saying, does this align with the woman I'm becoming? Shara 7 reminds us that true wealth isn't about excess, it's about empowerment. The power to choose to walk away, to rest, to give, to glow. To walk into Gucci and know that what you're wearing isn't what makes you valuable, it's your energy, your effort, and your evolution. So, whether it's, Shara 7 teaching you self worth or Victoria Beckham, they both remind us of one thing: wealth isn't a mindset, it's a reality. And the more you believe you're worthy of luxury, in love, in peace, in prosperity, the more the world reflects it back. So, you guys, speaking of Victoria Beckham, I literally just watched her new documentary on Netflix. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but it was so good. Oh my gosh. I loved the Beckham documentary that came out I think it was last year, but this new one was from spice to self-made style icon. I want to take a moment to spotlight someone whose journey deeply aligns with what we're talking about today, and that is Victoria Beckham. Her new documentary is more than just celebrity behind the scenes, it's a masterclass of transformation. When we think of Victoria, many remember Posh Spice, But what she's built since then is proof that brands evolve, but integrity is timeless and class is timeless. From chart topping music to launching a fashion empire, she pivoted in the public eye, knowing when to let go and when to reinvent and when to be like bet on herself and invest in herself. Her documentary shows the vulnerabilities, the doubts, the battles, and the resilience, and how she chose vision over validation. Like she knew what she wanted from her fashion brand. She saw the vision. It was so bright in her eyes, and nobody could tell her no. She was literally the Kris Jenner when she turned into Kris Jenner when she hit the US. She was like, I'm in the wrong room talking to the wrong people if they're saying no to me. One quote that stood out to me is, "You have to let yourself become something new." That's not just a line of wisdom, that's like wrapped in a gift. That's wisdom wrapped in a gift. When she teaches us this, your identity is not your title. Being the same woman is new season bravery, letting the old go while staying grounded in your core. And as she often says, while she lives in luxury now, it's not about labels. It's about leveling up insecurity to mastery. When her brand launched, she invested in high quality fabrics, clean lines, and smart marketing, building her fashion brand as an asset and not just a logo. And day by day, in every runway, every collaboration, she reinforced that. Like she literally built it from the ground up and she poured her heart and soul into that. And I don't know, that was just so inspiring to me because she literally like could have just given up so easily. Like even today she still could give up so easily because the fashion industry is so hard and like it's so iconic. Oh my god, it was so iconic. In the documentary she like was photographed in this shirt that says fashion stole my smile and she's like in sunglasses like walking. Oh my god. So iconic. Like the 90s is so iconic. Like one year if I'm ever in a relationship again, I want to be Victoria Beckham and have my significant other be David Beckham. Oh my god, how hot would that be? It's like Tana Majo. I'm like, oh my god, yes. So, as we explore assets over income, her story is a perfect example of someone who turned identity and influence into equity. When times get tough, when we feel stuck between income and impact, we can remember Victoria's evolution, not living in the shadow of the past, but walking with confidently into the vision that the future that she designed. She walked confidently into that with her head held high and her stilettos higher and her red bottoms higher. All right. Well, with that energy, let's return to how we take our money, meaning and vision, and build something legacy worthy. And as we know, the myth of working harder for more. So here's the truth: working harder doesn't always mean getting ahead. We've been conditioned to believe that a higher wage equals success, but what they don't tell you is higher wages means higher taxes. And Wizard Lids reminds us that you can't become the woman you want to be by staying the woman you are. That means letting go of the idea of the hustle equals worth. Stop glorifying exhaustion and start romanticizing elevation. Stop chasing paychecks and start building peace checks. Assets that pay you when you're resting in your silk robe, sipping your coffee, and planning your next move. We live in a world that tells us to hustle harder and instead of heal smarter. But women like Shara Seven flip the narrative when she says, manifest being the woman who shops without looking at price tags. Now, that's not being careless. It's about confidence. It's about having structure, systems, and self-worth. And as you all know, those are all things that I've been working on this whole entire year. And self-worth has been so big for me, especially right now. And recently, I am so happy to share with you guys that I have deleted my dating apps. And that's not vanity, that's a vision. And I know that my husband does not live on a dating app, so I deleted it for the time being and maybe forever. Who knows? But life is the best teacher, and self mastery is the curriculum. I've learned more from life than any degree could ever teach me. Every setback, every job I outgrew, every time I had to start over, those were my real world MBAs, MHAs. You know what I mean? If you get it, you get it. Master in Healthcare Administration. But, anyways, I feel like the more I've learned from life and the more I've lived, it's just taught me more than like anything I could have ever learned in school. And like my parents have taught me more than I've ever could have learned in school. My business partners have taught me more than I could have learned in school. Like, my production like team, everyone, like I'm just so grateful to all of them because I don't think I would have been here now without them. So when you budget, save, and invest, you're showing the universe that you can handle more. And abundance always flows to the woman who's ready for it. Because women who understand money are women who never have to chase it. And I don't chase, I attract. My investment journey and gratitude for my dad. And seriously, like I have to give credit to my dad. He is the one who opened the door to me for learning about investing. He helped me buy into my first tech stocks like the Ethereum, and for that I will be eternally grateful for him. And Victoria Beckham will always teach me that that power of reinvention can exist, and you don't have to be stuck in where you belong and where you think you belong. You belong where you think you belong. You can create your own future. You manifest what you desire. Becoming that woman. So Wizard Lid says you are the prize, so start acting like it. And Shara 7 adds your feminine energy becomes magnetic when you're well rested and well funded. That's the standard now, not struggle, not survival. We're rewriting the success, what it looks like for women. Because becoming that woman isn't about perfection, it's about peace. It's about waking up knowing you're building wealth, confidence, and a legacy. I don't want to wake up tomorrow and think that I regretted something that I could have done yesterday. Like I want to wake up when I'm 80 and when I'm 90 years old, like when my grandma was on her deathbed, and be like, oh my God, like I've lived my fullest life, and like be so grateful in my life, and be like, I've done everything I've wanted to, and know that I've left a great legacy to everyone standing around me saying goodbye to me. Because money loves confidence, and confidence comes from clarity. You don't need to chase luxury, you are luxury. Gucci, peace, and purpose, all part of the same frequency. This is Deja Viau, and you've been listening to Open View. If this episode spoke to you, share it with your girls, the ones who are done chasing and ready to own. Until next time, keep glowing, keep growing, and keep building your assets like the powerhouse you are. I love you, View Crew, and stop chasing validation through labor and start glorifying exhaustion and a personality trait. You're not meant to survive on stress, you're meant to thrive through strategy. So, I want you guys to come up with your next side hustle, next business idea, and share it in the comments below if you feel confident enough to do so. And we're going to help each other elevate each other up and hype each other up. So, be nice to each other. Love you.